Hello and welcome back for another video. Now we'll be talking today about spell checking, and many of us, we use that on a regular basis and even more so if we are translating. And there are plenty of spell checkers out there, and one that is powerful and liked is Microsoft Spell Checker. And now it has gotten a new name, which is Microsoft Editor, and that will be the name across the entire Microsoft ecosystem. So if you're using Microsoft Word, you will use Microsoft Editor. And now this feature is available as a Google Chrome extension for PC. So if you want to use it as a Google Chrome extension, same name, Microsoft Editor. The goal of this video is to show you how to set it up and how to use it. So let's get started, shall we? So here we are at our starting point. We are in Google Chrome, and that's where we want to add that extension, which is Microsoft Editor. Now, if you don't want to be using Google Chrome, the only other alternative for you to be using that in your browser directly is Microsoft Edge. I will not be demonstrating how to do it in this video with Microsoft Edge, but I will stick to Google Chrome. Now here in Google Chrome, we need to get to the Chrome Web Store and look for Microsoft Editor. I will have a direct link to this page in the video description so that you can use it. Now, once you are here, the first step is to click on Add to Chrome, which is pretty straightforward. Add extension. And once this is done, you are automatically redirected to Microsoft for signing in. Why is that? That's because this feature, using Microsoft Editor, to be able to use that, you need to be a paying customer for Microsoft 365. So if you have a Microsoft 365 subscription, you need to log in here into the same account to be able to use it. So I will do that now. Once we have it installed, it will be here in our extensions. And if I want to see it all the time, I can click on this here. That will pin it for me just in here. So if I want to have quick access to Microsoft Editor, I can now just click on it. And on every page I visit, I can decide if I want to have each feature, the main features on, spelling, grammar, and refinements. Or I can decide to disable it altogether for a specific web page. It will not be able to work on all web pages, but it will work on many of them. So that's good. Now, of course, you can fine-tune it. And this is here what I think is the best from this extension. That's all the refinements you can do. Before we get into the refinements, something you should know is that when you install Microsoft Editor, the privacy options are ticked to allow for looking at data. Now, if you don't want any of the data that you have typed and that you are proofing be sent to Microsoft, well, you just untick that. But just know that by default, this here is ticked. Now, for each language, so here I see we have English selected, you can refine and define what you want to do. So, for example, if you are writing a resume, you can even click that here to have specific checking that has to do with writing a resume. All right, for example, vague quantifiers and avoid first-person references, you can want to check for that. But for each language, so you have criterias you can select or unselect that you want to check for or that you want to ignore. And you can add languages. Now you can have up to 3 languages active in this Chrome extension. So at the moment I have English. Now say I want to add French. Okay, so let's do that. Français. We go to Français from France. All right, let's add it. And now we can decide the position therein. So why would that be important? Well, let's say that you are checking something like this here. When you click, you see the options, and you see the options that are sorted by language. Let's say I'm done. Now I have 2 languages for checking, and if I go here, now I see that I have options for different languages, okay? English and French. And it starts by showing me English on top and French on the bottom. That's because here we have decided that English is on top and French is on the bottom. So if we want to change that, we can move to top between the 3 languages that we have decided. And of course then, well, Microsoft will do the spell checking, the grammar checking, the style checking. So for example here, if I want to change something, well, I can just hover over, I can click on the word, or I can just move my arrows and do Alt down, and it gives me these options. So Alt and down arrow, and I can navigate them with the arrows and decide that this is best. So let's go ahead, and now I'm changing languages here. So I'm now spell checking something that is in French. Okay, so let me fix that. And of course I can fix more. All right, like this. Now it's starting on grammar check now. Let's see what it wants to say. Excellent. What I can decide also is if there's a word that is wrongly flagged by Microsoft Editor, I can decide that I want Microsoft Editor to ignore it. So then I just click on that. But now this I want to change. So let's do that. And that's it. So you can use up to 3 languages, like we said, and that's all the features that you have and how to navigate them. And I find this very nice. Now, at the moment of making this video, this feature is not yet available in Google Chrome for Mac. So if that has to come in the future, we'll have to wait and see for that if it becomes available. And I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please leave a like, consider subscribing because I have many videos coming up. So make sure you don't miss them. And if you want to watch another video, well, click here on the screen. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.